Cool, round one with Brema. Let's do it. We're definitely playing first. Lucky that we won the die roll. You'll notice my opponent is currently disconnected, so hopefully Junkyard 53 will be able to get in here before there are issues. This is a pretty sketchy keep. 5-line hands in general are pretty sketchy, but it's nice that we have a 3-drop and then like a big old finisher later on. And I honestly don't know what I want to do. I think since I'm on the play, I can't really risk like going down to 6. So no, I'm gonna go ahead and keep here because I do have at least a 3-drop. If this wasn't a 3-drop of something else, then I'd definitely mulligan. Generally, though, 5-land hands I'm learning just never really get there. There's just not enough action happening. Cool beans. Opponent is back, and we are ripped and ready for action. We'll start off with the plains, since we have more double plains action in our deck than anything else. Forest! Holy moly! Hey, 2-drop. That was the perfect draw. Gosh, what are the combat tricks in this format? One of the things I'm a little worried about with... ooh, that's a good draw as well. One thing I'm particularly interested in with the new format is there's just even more, like, very playable combat tricks. Combat gets, in my opinion, less interactive with combat tricks because I'm so less likely to want to be blocking and whatnot. Be quite challenging. So we should have a pretty nice swing back here. We'll be able to put a Chosen on the Elite Skirmisher, draw a card, tap down whatever, although it's already going to be pretty shrunk. Maybe I don't want to tap it. Nope, definitely want to tap it. Because even with my Deepwater Hypnotist's ability, I can still chill with my dudes. And we're just drawing lands. Tappy tappy. Drawy drawy. Yeah, I want to use that ability. Heck yeah! Ooh, with a Snarecaster, which will be... I think I want to hold on to it for next turn. Normally, I would just want to run it out and keep things going. But I think I might need it. And I would rather hang on to it because the Deepwater Hypnotist will be able to like shrink something. This will be able to tap down anything else that's important, and we can still bash through with a few more. Yeah, exactly. Because both these guys are going to be able to eat the Deepwater Hypnotist if they want. Oh, it's -3, -0. See, I haven't played this format in way too long. We're definitely going to -3, -0 the Agent, so we can tap down with our Lenient Snarecaster the Nessian Courser. Ooh, a Celestial Archon backup? Yeah, that's nice. So now that my opponent can go ahead and chump here, if my opponent wants to. Could be an aspect of Hydra. I'm okay with that. +2/+2. Doesn't kill Elite Skirmisher, which is kind of the key there. And having the Archon with pretty soon bestow means we're going to wait on it, because I only need one more land to get there. And we have a pretty good board state. We're not going anywhere. And next turn we have a Sea God's Revenge, which should pretty much finish out the game anyway. Ooh, Prognostic Sphinx. This is actually pretty good for us because even though discarding it means it won't bounce, it does mean it gets tapped, so I can still keep bashing through. So that's pretty nice. And I don't care about damage at this point because we're doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My opponent will be down to 1. And will be a really good spot. I guess it doesn't matter, but this is the only card that's going to be left on the board, right? Let's see if my opponent wants to go there. Showing me a card. Love it. Don't know why my opponent did that, but that is a-okay. Oh, has hexproof. That's okay. I got what I wanted out of it. And my opponent scoops to that. Okay, cool. What was I drawing? Cool. I probably would have kept this on top just to get the Celestial Archon to be able to bestow and just basically finish the game. Okay. So we didn't flood out, which was nice, but also a wee bit lucky. Green, blue. I didn't see anything that matters with these guys. Prognostic Sphinx does scare me. We saw Feral Invocation. Nullify could definitely work. We're slanted more towards white, so I don't necessarily want a double blue. But is there anything really horrible? Overall, we can get pretty easily powered out. We need to be, we need to be fairly, I need to keep a hand that actually has a curve, which I didn't do last time. I just got lucky with the curve I ended up drawing. Yeah, I need to be somewhat on the aggressive, which will be a little bit hard on the draw. Crackling Trident does not matter against my opponent. I'm going to keep the way it is. Is that right? I feel like that can't be right. It seems right. Keeping it. We're going to do it the same way. Well, now, if this isn't a decent hand, I have ridiculous power. One planes gets me. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm on the draw, so I have 9 planes in my deck, so I should be drawing the second planes fairly soon. And with how powerful this hand is, Favored Hoplite, Wingsteed, Brimaz, Heliod, Celestial Archon, yeah, I'm not gonna mulligan. And I think it's okay. I definitely think it's okay. 1 planes gets us there. Ideally, it's on the top of my deck. Yes! I love you, deck, right now. Cool. And then we're going to draw a 2-drop. That's what's going to happen. 2-drop. No. Not complaining about that draw, though. So my opponent's splashing black for something. But since it's my opponent's base blue-green, I have no problem running Brimaz out first. Maybe if it was blue-black with control, I might try to put a Wingsteed Rider out to start getting the some removal targeting it. But at this point, I'm A-okay with just doing Brimaz. And a Nimbus Naiad. My opponent's gotta go, really? Are you kidding me? Brimaz? Turn 3? That's what's known as the Groan Test. If you're a Limited Resources podcast fan, which you should be, as I always... Gosh, I'm like a spokesperson for them. Okay. So, Brimaz can get killed here. There is definitely that option. Opponent's holding back. We're going to keep running out the board, or am I? What do I want to do? I kind of want to play the Chosen just to see if I can draw a land to start getting Heliod out. Because then that'll be, pretty okay. If I put the Chosen onto the Brimaz, that's 6. No, it still dies, so that's not a good idea. We'll just do Favored Hoplite so that prevents all damage. I can get in for a couple points and draw my card. I'm probably just going to block with Nessian Courser, I presume. We didn't draw our land. But let's see if my opponent wants to make that mistake. Yeah, okay. Called my bluff. That's okay. My opponent was tapped out, so it was fine. But we didn't draw our land, but we're digging for it. If my opponent wants to bash in, I'm okay with that. I'm going to take 6, but I'm not going to open up Brimaz to some sort of a combat trick removal. Time to feud would be horrible here. Okay, Nessian Courser. Wow, lots of 3-3s and 3-2s. This is not a game we are for sure winning. Wow, okay, so... This is actually an interesting decision if I want to play Wingsteed Rider or Elite Skirmisher. Wingsteed Rider, I can start flying over and deal with the stalemate. Elite Skirmisher trades, though. I think I want Elite Skirmisher out to try to offer some trades here. Because that way I can block and block, and then my opponent can use a combat trick to kill Elite Skirmisher, can use a combat trick to get rid of the Favored Hoplite, which is fine. But then I'm still kind of protecting my Brimaz. And if Heliod comes down at any point, we're going to be in a really decent shape. Because we have so much white out and so much more white coming. The Agent is a little bit issue because it's the first clock we have, so now I want to get my clock on. but I'd much rather get my Heliod out, obviously. I could attack with Elite Skirmisher right now. I'm actually okay with it trading, but I'd rather keep it on defense. My opponent has a pretty sizable board that I want to keep for D. And also, if the Elite Skirmisher does die, then the Heliod gets, one more away from not having Devotion. But we should fairly soonly, with the Celestial Archon and Winged Steed Riders, make Heliod a staple here. Yeah, that's pretty much about to happen. I think we're going to play out the Celestial Archon this turn, and then we'll have Winged Steed Rider with Nimbus Naiad back up afterwards, because the Nimbus Naiad's pretty sweet bestowed on a Winged Steed Rider. Could be right to put the Naiad on the Brimaz right now. Everything has Vigilance. Bashing for 5 in the air. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. Enchantment Hate kinda is bad, but it's not the end of the world. It's a bunch of 1-for-1ings. Most of the Enchantment Hate wouldn't destroy Heliod. It would kill the Nimbus Naiad, making Brimaz on the ground, but it'd still trade off with a bunch of double blocks and whatnot. So that's fine. Opponent takes 5. We to do with Heliod, we're in good shape. Getting Heliod down and active makes me very confident. Interesting that Brimaz has pretty much done nothing in this game. I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel, like I said, very confident. I can't see how I lose this game. It is certainly possible. And that's that. Cool. Round 2, here we go.